I was sitting here on a Saturday night and I was thinking about investing and I was thinking about where money was made this year. And I ran across an article about some stocks that did really well this year. And I thought it would be fun, just as an educational process, to look back on these stocks and figure out why certain companies made a ton of money, why certain investments did really well, and why others didn't. So, what I'm going to do for you is lay out 10 investments that I made this year that has my wife kissing me and making me extra chocolate chip cookies. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. This is theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics all the time. We are obsessed with building the future of our community. When we live under what we call the B1 philosophy. B1 means that we are Black first. Doesn't mean you have to be Black to be here. We don't hate anybody, but it does mean that we put our community at the top of our priority list. We prioritize our needs. We take care of our community. We train our children to build our future. And also, B1 children are going to be the best in the world when it comes to economics and wealth building. It's going to take a 50-year plan to build this. That's Project 2070. Also, B1 means we understand that we must be one in order to be successful. That means figuring out ways to get along with each other, finding common ground, learning how to work together and build strong families so that we can build wealth. If you agree with the B1 philosophy, put a hashtag B and the number one in the chat, hashtag B1. That's the calling card. Use that calling card on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Put a hashtag B1 when you market your business so that other B1 people in the B1 community can find your business and support you. Use hashtag B1 whenever there are intelligent conversations happening with intelligent Black people. Like, for example, if you want to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson, which one day when I'm feeling the need to just kind of ramble and talk, I'll talk a little bit about some of that. But for now, we're talking about investing, and that's what we're going to focus on. So hello, Stacey Ann Williams and DDS. I see you, brother. Thank you for always moderating. You have my trust. Shelton Quiller, R. Conrad Bingham, and I see, let's see here, Jedediah said, hello, Dr. Watkins. Well, hello to you too, my friend. Wonderful to see you, Kingdom Girl ATL. All right, so let's get it cracking. All right, so here's the deal. I was sitting here, right, and I went out running with Alicia, and I'm actually literally about to go and hang out with my brother-in-law and some of my friends, and we're gonna do a bunch of childish crap. We're gonna play some Call of Duty. That's become my new habit. You guys have watched me in my journey as I went from being a terrible Call of Duty player to actually being pretty good. I can get some kills up in the game, and I was thinking about the stocks this year that did really well, and I looked at my own portfolio and saw what did well. I looked at what's going on with our crypto, with our real estate, etc. And I thought that it would be fun to kind of reflect on the past year and talk about some of the investments that did extremely well. And so this isn't necessarily forward-looking analysis. It's very important to understand that past performance is not an indicator of future performance. So I want to make sure you understand that. But these are some stocks that did well, and I'll kind of explain why as we go through the list. So the first company that I read about, I'm going to switch screens. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. Give me a yes to let me know you can still hear me as I switch screens on my phone. And also hit the thumbs up button. Please, please, please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done it yet. All right. So I was reading an article about Moderna, and Moderna absolutely made a killing this year. Moderna went up, I want to say, my God, like 340% or something like that. And Moderna, a lot of people don't know this, but Moderna, which you've probably heard that name because Moderna's all up in the pandemic and they're making a lot of money. Moderna stands for Mode RNA, Mode RNA, MODE RNA. So it's Mode RNA, which I think is connected to the way the that government shot. It started. I'm not going to say the word. It's a V word that rhymes with Maxine, but I'm not going to say it because the YouTube police might come get me. But basically, it has to do with something that they inject in the DNA. I think called RNA or something. And literally before this year, Moderna was not making any money. Like Moderna was not. They didn't have a single product on the market. They weren't selling anything. And then the pandemic hits, and then bingo, ding 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 ding. Moderna makes I think $6 billion in revenue. They're projected to make another 12 billion. They got $12 billion in pre-existing contracts for additional boosters that they're going to create. Whatever it is, right? You can have the politics whatever you think about the politics is up to you. But I'm looking here, and in this article in the Wall Street Journal, they said shares of Moderna have been on a tear lately, making the COVID-19 vaccine maker the top performer in the S&P 500 this year. The company's stock price has surged 267% in 2021, handily trouncing all other companies in the benchmark index. Bed Bath and, or Bath and Body Works Inc. recently rebranded from L Brands Inc. followed in a distant second with 120% year-to-date gain. Only two other companies in the S&P 500, steel producer Nucor Corp and cybersecurity stock Fortinet, have based on Friday's closing prices, seen their stock prices double this year. Now, I do remember Bath and Body Works was one of the stocks we had talked about before, and Moderna. I actually got pretty lucky. I talked to my investment advisor. I take in all the information that I can on where to invest and all that. And I remember we got in on Moderna early, and I told my wife, I said, I think we own Moderna. Let me see if we own Moderna. Let me see what happened. And I looked it up in my portfolio, and I saw that we did buy some Moderna, and we bought it even before the pandemic got to the point where Moderna was going to be such a major player. So literally, I think the value of our Moderna stock went up like it tripled or something. It went 340%. So I'm telling you, ladies, like if you're looking to find a man who has some money, or fellas, if you're looking for a woman that's going to help you financially instead of these gold diggers that are out here, find you somebody who is in tune with what's going on with the finances. Find somebody who wants to make you money as opposed to break you and break your money, and find somebody that wants to bring money in the door as opposed to taking money out the door. Now, I will give you some of the stocks in my portfolio that actually did extremely well since I bought them. One is Nvidia. Nvidia stock price shot up a lot because there was a chip shortage, and Nvidia makes these special chips, for different things, video games, cryptocurrency mining, all kinds of stuff. So Nvidia has gone up about 139% since I bought it. Moderna's gone up 340% since we bought it. Some others I'm looking at here, some company called Citizens Financial Group. I read an analyst report on it, and it looked like it was undervalued, so I bought some of that. Surprisingly, ExxonMobil has done really well, and I'm not really big on energy stocks, but Exxon was a solid one. There's a company called IDEX Lab, IDXX. I had no idea who this company was, what they did, what they made, but this stock went up 100%. There's another one. S&P is it has a ticker symbol ICLN. iShares S&P Global Clean. So maybe some clean energy fund or something. I have no idea. I bought into it. It went up 110%. There's a few others. Let me see if I can find another good one. Shopify, the Shopify stock that I bought, which I didn't even remember buying it, went up 83% in the last year. So there's a few companies out there that have done well. And so if you want to understand kind of the way you want to think about stocks is you want asset acquisition to just be a habit. You want it to be something that you're just doing on autopilot, just something that you're doing just as a general rule. Think about it. Do you calculate and add up all the money that you spent at the mall your whole entire life? Do you add up all the money you spent eating fast food? Do you add up all the money you spent buying household goods, groceries, toilet paper? No, you don't. You don't. Have you counted the number of times you've gone to the bathroom in your life? No, you haven't done that, right? You just do it because that's, every day it's like, okay, I got to pee twice a day and, whatever, right? I got to go to the bathroom and take a shower every morning, whatever, right? Because we, black people, we shower every day. In case white people are listening, y'all need to know that we do, we like to stay clean. But anyway, with that said though, buying stock should be the same way. It should be the same way. It should be something where you're putting so much of your disposable income into your investments that you don't even remember buying certain assets. You just bought it because maybe someone that you trust, or a recommended source told you that you could buy stock. Now, what platforms do I use? I use a lot of them, Grandmaster. I use Robinhood. I got an account with Merrill Lynch. I have accounts with all kinds of platforms. So I say pick the platform you're comfortable with, and maybe pick a second one just as a backup, and go for it, right? And now here's the other thing that's interesting. Crypto has done extremely well. Hasn't Give me a yes or no if you've noticed what crypto's been doing. Have you noticed that the crypto market has been like blasting off? If you haven't noticed, I need you to notice, because that's something that you don't want to miss. Okay. I don't want you to miss what's happening in crypto, because crypto is going You didn't hear. You can't hear. Okay. All right. Well, then I won't try it next time. Okay. Thank you, Javier and Stacey Ann. Well, either way, though, the point is that, crypto is really taking off. Crypto is doing extremely well. And I'm looking. You can't hear me now? Oh, man. Uh-oh. Hey, Ronnie Reparations, can you guys hear me? Give me a yes if you can still hear me. If you can't hear me, then I'm going to go ahead and bounce out and unmute. Hey, can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Hello? Can you guys hear? You can hear me. The audio dropped. So I dropped and then I came back. Oh, so I think I know the secret now. I think I know the secret. I think that when something happens with my phone, I have to unmute. I have to mute myself and unmute myself. So thank you for being patient while I figured that out. So anyway, let me keep going. So with crypto, let me talk about crypto real quick. All right, so I don't want to use too much of your time. All right, so with crypto, it's kind of going crazy. I mean, has anybody else noticed that what crypto is doing? And I really think crypto is really starting to show itself as an asset class of the future, particularly the top players, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Cardano has taken off. XRP has doubled in the last month. It's gone up 115%. Cardano has gone up 113% in the last month. Ethereum has gone up 61% in the last month. Bitcoin has gone up 51% in the last month. Stellar Lumens has gone up 62% in the last month. Urine Finance, let's see, I own all these, so I'm just going through the things I own, has gone up 38% in the last month. Polygon has gone up 84% in the last month. Litecoin has gone up 54% in the last month. Now, here's the deal, right? Look, I'm not here to talk bad about anybody that wants to buy stuff like Dogecoin. The reason I worry about you, I'm praying for you. I'm not, the Christians when they say I'm praying for you, that means they think you're doing something crazy or stupid, but they really trying to be nice. So they say I'm praying for you, or they want to kick your ass. One of those three things: either they think what you're doing is crazy, stupid, or they want to just beat your ass. So they'll say I'm praying for you, right? Well, I'm praying for you, and I don't want to beat your ass. I don't want to, but I don't think you're stupid. I just want you to be careful, right? If you're putting your money into things like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and all that, just know that those are not real assets, right? Those are not real assets. Those are illusions. And if you're going to put your money into something in crypto, why not put it into an asset class that actually has a network, that actually has real technicians that really believe in the asset, that are really going to dedicate their lives to making sure that the network works? I'm not saying that you can't make money in Dogecoin, but most of that money is going to be temporary money, and I don't want you to lose your money when the market crashes. When, not if, when it crashes. Because you're playing musical chairs. At some point, the music is probably going to stop because one day it's going to get real. All markets are going to crash, which a lot of people think that could easily happen this year. When all markets crash and money gets tight, it's not going to be so easy to go and buy an illusion and make a bunch of money. Like, so for example, SPACs. Last year, special purpose acquisition companies, SPACs, were making a killing. You could buy a SPAC and your money could grow by 20, 30% in a couple of days. Well, now those SPACs are hitting a day of reckoning. Now those SPACs, they used to be $80 a share, are worth like $10 a share. And the thing about money is you have to kind of just understand your number one goal as an investor is to preserve your capital. Just like a quarterback in football. What is the job of the quarterback in football? What's the number one job of the quarterback? Somebody tell me. Any football fans or anybody who listens to the platform, what's the number one job of the quarterback? Is it to score touchdowns? Is it to throw the ball? Is it to cheer the team on? What's the number one job of the quarterback? It's to protect the ball. Because if you don't protect the ball, then you can't do anything. You can't move the ball if you can't protect it, right? You can't score touchdowns if you can't protect the ball. So with your assets, sure, you're trying to grow your money, you're trying to make your money, large and all that. I get all that, but if you don't protect that money, if you don't protect that capital, you'll be crying in your beer. I swear, it hurts. It really hurts. Okay, so let me read some more investments that have done well. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. And also, if you want to get a free copy of my book, you can go to allblackeconomics.com. That you can have my book. It's called "It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar," and it's my Project 2070, my 50-year plan for the Black community. But then also, you can get lots of free information from the Black Business School. If anybody says anything about the Black Business School, because people like to say crazy stuff about Black-owned businesses, right? They like to act like only white people can run universities, right? So if anybody comes up with that white supremacist thinking, I don't want you to fight them. I don't want you to go off on them. just say two things. Say, I'm gonna pray for you, because remember that's what you do. You gotta say, I'm gonna pray for you, and then say, oh, by the way, you do know that you can get a lot of stuff in the Black Business School absolutely free. So send them to allblackeconomics.com, where they can get a free copy of my book, and I will send them tons of free information. And if you never want to share a nickel with us, you don't have to. But now we will make offers to you, because we got to run a business. We hire lots of Black people, so we have to generate revenue, right? So we will make offers. But if you never want to participate, you don't have to. There's no pressure. So allblackeconomics.com is a good starting point. Hit the thumbs up button. Let me read a few more stocks to you that have done well. If you, by the way, if you want to see the crypto that I own, I actually have a list of all the crypto that I own. If you go to drboycecrypto.com, that's drboycecrypto.com, you can literally see the list of all the cryptocurrency I bought. Most of it I bought years ago, and I've owned it since then. So let me see here. So Moderna, we were talking about Moderna and how Moderna went to more than $150 billion market cap, which is insane. It's actually hit $200 billion market cap. I think this company might have been worth a couple billion max before the pandemic happened. So the interesting thing about this pandemic is that a lot of people are making a lot of money, and that's what lets me know for sure that there will be booster shots, there will be other shots pushed out. Because the problem with capitalism, the downside of capitalism, is that it's built on growth. So money is a drug. And once you take that first hit, like once they're making billions of dollars, they're not coming back from that. They're gonna find a way to keep making billions of dollars. There is not. It's not like they're gonna say, "Oh, well, I guess everybody's safe now. Now we got to stop making money." No, they're gonna find any excuse they can to sell you something, right? So it's up to you to decide if you and your family need what they're selling, right? But they are going to keep selling you shots and everything else, because they have to keep growing in order to maintain their stock price, or their investors will fire them. Okay, so you got to keep that in mind. So let me see here. I'm looking here at the list. Let's see some other. I named some other companies earlier that did well. Amazon, my Amazon stock did okay. It did really well during the pandemic. Not so well, since in the last few months. JetBlue, it looks like I made 42% ROI on JetBlue, 48% on Delta Airlines, 67% on Apple. See, these solid companies, that's what they call the flight to quality. When the market starts dipping, like it's going to probably dip in the next few months, you just tend to have a flight to quality, where people jump ship from all the risky companies and start investing in more solid brands. So companies like Apple and Amazon and Microsoft, I believe, should be in everybody's portfolio, because these are the companies that America's built on. They're not flashy. There's nothing dramatic about it, but they become really nice savings accounts with benefits. Like, how you have friends with benefits? Well, sometimes some of your stocks can be like a savings account with benefits, where you're probably not going to lose your money, right? Or if you lose it, it might be a little bit, but there's a good chance you may actually make money, right? Visa, let me see, I made 18% on Visa. That's not big, but that's out there. Costco did really well, 40%. Disney, oh, I made 50% of my Disney shares. Disney's a solid company. I think Disney's going to kill it when the pandemic is over. Ulta Beauty, ULTA Beauty did well, 74% on that. PayPal, 65%. That's part of what they call the stay-at-home trade. The stay-at-home trade was big during the pandemic. AMD, did I own, what, Conrad, I can't remember if I own AMD or not. Let me see if I own AMD. Let me look at my other account. I do remember looking at AMD. What happens is my eyes get bigger than my stomach, so to speak, because there'll be so many companies. Every week I do analysis and I'll say, "Oh, I would love to buy that. I'd love to buy that." But sometimes your capital gets tied up, and that's another thing that I mentioned to you guys. I mentioned this to you before. A lot of so-called wealthy people usually don't have a lot of cash, because if you understand how money works, you don't have your money sitting around idle. Like if you see a rapper that's running around talking about, I keep $200,000 with me on the bus just in case. That's that person is obviously economically unintelligent, because your money should be working for you. Your money's like your little employees. And if you're running a business and you got 10 employees that are on your payroll, you're not gonna have them sitting around doing nothing. You're gonna be like, well, do some work, right? Or I'm gonna let you go, right? Or I'm gonna put you to work, right? So your money should be put to work, right? It shouldn't just be sitting around. And so that's just one of the basic principles of economics that I hope that you'll make sure your kids understand, so that when they grow up, they won't be stuck in the struggle. There's nothing about being Black that means you have to be broke. There's nothing about being Black that means you have to stay broke. There's nothing about being Black to say that you can't have a come up. But the biggest thing is that you gotta release yourself from broke culture. Money is very psychological. My PhD is in financial psychology, and I can tell you, Mindset is everything when it comes to money. But I didn't need my PhD to learn that. I learned that from my late grandmother, Felicia, rest her soul. We named our Black Business School Panther after her. The Panther's name is Felicia. And that's how my grandmother looks over me every time I'm talking to you guys. And, and she was a person that never had a college degree, lived in the hood, had raised 5 kids by herself with no help from a man, and never made more than $20,000 a year. But she never had a financial problem. She had perfect credit cards paid down to nothing. When she died, all her arrangements were in perfect order, all the way down to the color of the dress that she wanted to be buried in. She wanted to be buried in the cardinal red dress because she was a big fan of the Louisville Cardinals. So I ask you this. This is my question I want you to sort of contemplate today when everybody's telling you that that the only way to be financially secure is to have money. I want to ask you this. How is it that my grandmother, who was a single mother who raised a bunch of kids by herself, never made more than 20,000 a year, didn't have much education, lived right in the hood, died with perfect credit, no debt, and had people that made 5 times more money than her borrow money from her, and you have rappers who've made $10 million in their career, 50 million, sold 20 million records, who died with nothing. Like their children are on the internet doing GoFundMe's to raise money for their funeral. How does that happen? How you gonna tell me that you need money to be financially secure when I just gave you an example of a Black woman? Shout out to all the strong Black women out here and the strong Black men who are holding it down too. Y'all the backbone of the community. How was it that I just told you a story about a woman who did not make much money, but was more financially secure than a lot of these multimillionaire rappers? It's mindset. God damn it. It is culture. Are you hearing me? Give me a yes if you hear what I'm saying. I need you to hear that. I really need you to hear that. Like, I want you to get past the nonsense. I want you to get past the nonsense. Yeah, Atlanta's Black Wall Street. My grandmother wasn't brainwashed. My grandmother was very common sense. She had something that a lot of your grandmas had. She had common damn sense. She said, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. Just because your friends are doing it, don't you do it. Like, don't be stupid. Like that. My grandmother had advice like that. Simple advice. Don't be stupid. And in this culture, you have a lot of people who do stupid things because other people are doing the same stupid thing, and they follow the path. They follow them, and they really think somehow that they're going to be okay when they know that everything they're doing is stupid. And this is why at least half the internet probably hates my guts, and they're going to hate me, and I don't care. They can get mad at me all day long because I want to be the headquarters for common sense. So maybe instead of saying intelligent Black people, how about we say Black people who got some goddamn sense? Maybe that might be a better slogan. I have no idea, but I encourage you, keep having common sense, and that will make you successful. That is what will get you ahead. That is how you work. So God bless grandma. Could y'all bring my grandma in the room for me real quick? Do me this. If it would humble me if y'all did me this little favor. If everybody could type Felicia in the chat, because I want to send a signal. I want to do a quick little digital seance. Call my grandma, let her know we're talking about her, let her know how much I love her. Her name is Felicia, Felicia, Felicia. So like Felicia Rashad, except spelled with an F. So if you could type Felicia in the chat, that would make me feel really good. And I'm gonna hang up now because if I keep talking about my grandma, I'm gonna start getting sad. And I'm gonna cry because I love her and I miss her, and she's a part of my heart forever. She is the person who made me into the person that I am today. So without her, I would not be talking to you right now. So shout out to not just Felicia, my grandmother, but shout out to all your grandmas and grandparents and grandfathers who spoke common sense into you, because they're the ones who gave you the leg up on the rest of the world, which unfortunately so many people out here are failing. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Go to allblackeconomics.com. If you want a free copy of my book, it's right there. Also, don't forget that we have stock market investing class coming up pretty soon. But actually, we have a free stock market investing challenge. If you want to get better, you want to do something fun, you can go to the blackstockmarketchallenge.com. The URL is right there on the screen, and go through the 5-day challenge, and you'll learn some lessons on investing and become a better investor by the time you're done. So the URL is on the screen. God bless you guys. Please have a great day. Thank you for listening. Love you. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.